Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Life will beat you down. Life will put weights on your shoulders so heavy you feel like you can't even breathe. You wake up tired, you go to sleep tired, and in between you fight battles that nobody even knows you're going through. But here's the good news. God sees your struggle. He knows you're tired. He knows the nights you cried when nobody else was around. He knows the mornings you didn't even want to get out of bed. He knows the silent battles in your mind, the ones you don't tell nobody about. And I came here to tell you today, your struggle is not wasted. Your pain is not invisible. You are not forgotten. God is closer to you in those tired, broken moments than you realize. Sometimes it feels like He's silent, but He's watching. Sometimes it feels like He's far, but He's carrying you. Sometimes you think you're losing, but in reality, He's setting you up to win. So don't quit. Don't let tiredness trick you into thinking you're defeated. Because what looks like your breaking point is really your breakthrough point. What looks like the end is really the start of something greater. God is saying to you, I see you, I hear you, I've got you. God knows the silent battles you don't speak about. Everybody has a fight going on that nobody else can see. You could be smiling in public, posting happy pictures, showing up to work every day like you've got it all together, but inside, you're fighting battles that would break most people. That's why you can't ever think you're alone. God sees what you don't show. Sometimes it's the silent battles that are the heaviest: depression, anxiety, fear, worry. Those things don't always scream out loud. They creep into your heart quietly, but they weigh you down like bricks. People might not notice, but God does. He knows exactly how heavy it feels. It's dangerous when you start thinking, nobody understands me, because then you start to isolate yourself. You start to believe the lie that you're carrying this fight alone. But God is whispering, I see it, and I'm carrying it with you. Even when you don't talk about it, even when you don't have the words to pray about it, God still hears it. The tears that fall on your pillow, He counts them. The nights you stare at the ceiling, too tired to pray, He still understands. Don't let silence fool you into thinking you're invisible. You're not. You are seen, you are loved, and your pain matters to Him. The problem is we want people to see us, and when they don't, we think nobody sees. But you've got to shift your thinking. People may overlook you, but the one who made you never will. The silent battles are shaping you. You're learning how to stand strong when nobody claps for you. You're learning how to hold your head up when nobody checks on you. That kind of strength can only be built in silence. When God sees your silent battles, He doesn't just see the pain. He sees the potential. He knows you're stronger than what's attacking you. He knows you're destined to win, even when you feel like you're losing. Sometimes, God will allow you to fight in silence because He doesn't want you depending on applause. He wants you depending on Him. Your silent battle is not wasted energy. Every tear, every moment of confusion, every time you had to encourage yourself, it's building a story of survival that will inspire somebody else one day. You're not weak for crying. You're not broken for struggling. You're human, and being human means you need a God who is bigger than your pain. Don't be ashamed of your silent battles. Don't be ashamed of what you had to go through. You survived things that nobody even knows about. That makes you strong beyond measure. The reason God sees your silent battles is because He's preparing a silent victory. You won't even have to fight the way you think. He'll shift things behind the scenes in your favor. And when your victory shows up, people won't understand how you made it through. But you'll know it was God's hand on your life. So stop worrying about who doesn't see your struggle. The right eyes already see it. God knows your pain, and He's not going to let you lose. Tiredness is a signal, not a sentence. Being tired doesn't mean you're finished. Being tired doesn't mean you've lost. Tiredness is just your body and spirit letting you know that you've been pushing, you've been working, you've been fighting. It's a signal. It is not your final chapter. Too many people confuse tiredness with defeat. Just because you're exhausted doesn't mean you're empty. It just means you've poured yourself into something that matters, and let me tell you, God sees that effort. Sometimes, tiredness is God's way of reminding you to pause, not quit. To rest, not give up. To breathe, not bury your dreams. Don't confuse a tired season with a finished story. Think about it. Every great athlete gets tired in the middle of the game. They don't walk off the court because they're winded. They catch their breath, they refocus, and then they go back stronger. That's exactly how life works. You may be drained. You may feel like you can't go another step. But that's not a death sentence on your dream. It's simply your spirit saying, pause, reset, refuel. When you're tired, it's proof that you're actually doing something. Lazy people don't get tired. People who quit don't get tired. Only the ones who are climbing, building, fighting, and believing feel that kind of exhaustion. That's why you should be proud even in your tiredness. You should be proud that you're still standing even though you feel worn out. You should be proud that your body says, I'm done, but your heart says, not yet. God never said you wouldn't get tired. He said he would give strength to the weary. He said he would renew your strength like the eagle. That means tiredness is part of the journey, but restoration is too. Sometimes your tiredness is a sign you're closer than you think. The heaviest moments often come right before the breakthrough. The last stretch of the race is always the hardest. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Being tired should make you lean more on God, not less. That's the moment where your weakness becomes the place His power shows up. When you're worn out, whisper this to yourself. This is a signal, not a sentence. Because the devil wants you to think your exhaustion means failure. But God wants you to know it's just a checkpoint. Think of tiredness like a pit stop in a race. The car pulls over, gets fuel, gets the tires changed, then gets back on the track. That's you. You're not broken. You just need refueling. If you stop forever because you're tired, you'll miss the finish line that was already prepared for you. Don't let fatigue become finality. Sometimes you're not just physically tired, you're spiritually tired. That's when prayer, worship, and stillness will do for your soul what sleep does for your body. So hear me, tiredness is not the end. It's just your body's way of saying, I need to gather strength for the next move. Don't mistake a pause for a period. God isn't done with you yet. Struggle is proof you haven't given up. People look at their struggles and think it means they're failing. But the truth is, struggle is evidence that you're still in the fight. You don't struggle if you've already quit. You don't wrestle with life if you've surrendered. Struggle means you're alive and you're still moving forward. When a boxer gets in the ring, the punches hurt. The sweat pours, the pain is real, but the fact that he's still standing in that ring means he hasn't been knocked out. That's exactly how your struggle works. It's not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of strength. Struggle is a badge of honor. It tells the world, I haven't bowed down, I haven't laid flat, I'm still here, pushing, scratching, climbing. That's something to be proud of, not ashamed of. You see, easy paths never produce strong people. It's the uphill climb that gives your legs strength. It's the storms that give you courage. It's the struggles that teach you how to endure. If you weren't chosen for something greater, you wouldn't have to fight so hard. The struggle is proof that there's something valuable on the other side. Nobody breaks into an empty house. That means your life has treasure, and that's why it's under attack. The enemy doesn't waste time on people who aren't a threat. The fact that you struggle daily is proof that you're carrying destiny. You're carrying greatness inside of you, and that greatness is what the struggle is trying to bury. Think about a butterfly in a cocoon. The struggle of pushing out of that shell is what strengthens its wings. If you took away the struggle, the butterfly would never fly. That's the same with you. Your fight is preparing your flight. Struggle develops character. It forces you to dig deep, to find strength you didn't even know you had. It teaches you patience, endurance, and grit. These are the qualities that separate winners from quitters. Every time you push through struggle, you're proving to yourself that quitting is not an option. You're proving to God that you trust Him to carry you. You're proving to your enemies that you're stronger than what's attacking you. Don't be embarrassed by your struggle. Don't hide it like it's weakness. Wear it proudly. It's the proof that you're still chasing your purpose, still holding on to your faith, still running your race. Some of your greatest blessings are waiting on the other side of your hardest struggles. But if you stop fighting, you'll never see them. That's why struggle is actually your best friend. It's keeping you in the game. The truth is, struggle hurts. It drains you. It makes you cry. It makes you want to throw your hands up. But even in those moments, remind yourself, if I'm struggling, that means I haven't quit. You may not see progress right now, but the struggle itself is proof that progress is happening. The fact that you're holding on one more day is progress. The fact that you're still praying is progress. The fact that you're still believing is progress. Struggle is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. You cannot reach destiny without pushing through discomfort. Every successful person you admire had to fight through seasons of struggle. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, this struggle is not breaking me, it's building me. As long as I'm still struggling, I'm still standing. And as long as I'm still standing, I will win. Delay does not mean denial. One of the hardest things in life is waiting. Waiting for the door to open, waiting for the prayer to be answered, waiting for the right opportunity. But here's the truth. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Delay does not mean denial. Too many people give up in the waiting season. They mistake God's silence for His absence. They think because it didn't happen instantly, it won't happen at all. But that's not how faith works. Faith thrives in the waiting room. Sometimes the delay is protection. You think you're ready, but God sees things you don't. He knows if you got what you wanted too early, it might crush you instead of bless you. Imagine giving the keys of a car to a 10-year-old. They want to drive, but they're not ready. That's how life works. The delay is not punishment. It's preparation. The delay is God stretching you. It's Him building patience, endurance, and character in you. Because when the blessing comes, you'll need strength to hold it. If everything came easy, you'd never develop the muscles you need for the weight of your destiny. Waiting seasons are training seasons. They teach you how to handle pressure. Delay forces you to lean on God instead of leaning on your own understanding. It makes you trust His timing over your own timeline. Don't let delay discourage you. Use it to develop discipline. Use it to build your vision. Use it to prepare your heart so when the opportunity comes, you won't waste it. The reason delay hurts so much is because we live in a microwave generation. We want everything fast. Success, money, healing, relationships. But God doesn't work on human deadlines. He works on divine timing. Some doors you've been waiting on haven't opened yet because God is still building the foundation. He doesn't want you stepping into something unstable. He wants your blessing to last. Delay is proof that God is not careless with your life. He's intentional. He's strategic. He's working things together in ways you can't see. Think about how long it takes for a seed to become a tree. You don't see growth right away. But just because you don't see anything doesn't mean nothing is happening. Roots grow in silence. The blessing you're waiting on is not denied. It's just being developed. You may not have it now, but when it comes, it will be right, it will be ready, and it will be worth the wait. Don't let frustration make you walk away too soon. Your blessing might be one step away. The enemy knows if he can convince you to give up in the delay, you'll miss what was already yours. So keep standing, keep believing, keep waiting with expectation. Delay is not denial. It's just God setting the stage for something greater than what you imagined. God is stronger. When you are weak, we live in a world that tells us to always be strong, to never show weakness, to keep it all together. But life will break you down to a point where you don't have any strength left, and that's when God shows up the strongest. Your weakness is not a curse, it's a doorway. It's the place where God steps in and says, "Now let me carry what you can't carry." You're not supposed to do it all on your own. If you had all the strength, you'd think you didn't need him. That's why sometimes he allows you to reach the end of yourself. Because when you run out of power, you find his. Don't be ashamed of your weakness. Don't hide it like it's something ugly. Weakness doesn't make you unworthy. It makes you human, and in your humanity, God's divinity shows up. Think about it. If you could fix everything, handle everything, solve everything, you wouldn't need faith. Faith thrives in the moments where you admit, "I can't do this by myself." Some of your greatest victories won't come from you fighting harder, but from you surrendering faster. It's when you let go and let God that things start shifting. People misunderstand weakness. They think weakness means defeat. No, weakness means you're at the point where God's power can be revealed. The truth is, life will humble you. It will strip away your pride, your plans, your self-reliance. And in that broken place, God whispers, "Now you'll see what I can do." Weakness forces you to depend on him. It teaches you that success, peace, healing, all of it, comes from his strength, not yours. Some of you are trying to carry weights that were never meant for you. That's why you're exhausted. That's why you feel crushed. Give it over to God. His shoulders are stronger. You don't have to have it all together to be used by him. In fact, he often uses the weakest people to show his greatest power. That way, the glory doesn't go to the person. It goes to him. Stop trying to fake strength in front of people and start embracing real strength in his presence. That's where your weakness turns into power. The moment you feel like you're breaking down, remind yourself, you're not alone. You're just stepping into the zone where his strength takes over. God is not impressed by your ability to hold it all together. He's moved by your willingness to let him in. That's when miracles happen. So the next time you feel weak, don't beat yourself up. Smile and say, "This is where God shows up big in my life." Because your weakness is not the end, it's the beginning of his strength. Every tear is a seed for your tomorrow. Tears are not wasted. Every time you cry, every time your heart feels heavy, every time pain pushes water from your eyes, those tears are watering the soil of your future. People think crying is weakness, but crying is release. It's how your soul breathes when the weight gets too heavy. God doesn't ignore those tears. He collects them, counts them, and turns them into fuel for your breakthrough. Every tear you've cried has meaning. None of them fell to the ground in vain. They are seeds, planted deep into the soil of faith, that one day will grow into joy. The problem is, when we're crying, it feels like nothing good can come from it. But think about farming. When you put a seed in the ground, it looks like you're burying it. Really, you're planting it. That's how tears work. You thought you were being buried by your problems, but you were actually being planted for your purpose. Those tears are watering the very future you prayed for. Tears teach you compassion. They soften your heart. They make you relatable. You'll never know how to comfort someone else until you've cried those same tears yourself. That's why your pain isn't just for you. Your tears are building a testimony that will bless somebody else one day. Somebody will look at you and say, if they made it, so can I. Every tear you've cried in loneliness is building the foundation for real love. Every tear you've cried in failure is preparing you for victory. Every tear you've cried in loss is opening the door for restoration. Don't despise your tears. They are not a sign of defeat. They are evidence of your fight. Only people who are still trying cry. Quitters don't cry, they quit. But fighters cry and then get back up. You might be embarrassed about the nights you cried yourself to sleep, but don't be. Those tears were conversations with God that words couldn't carry. He heard them all. One day you will see why you had to cry. One day you'll look back and realize those tears pushed you into prayer, pushed you into faith, pushed you into strength you never knew you had. Every tear is shaping your destiny. Every tear is watering your character. Every tear is adding depth to your story. Remember, a seed doesn't look like a tree when you put it in the ground. It looks small, weak, and insignificant. That's how tears feel. But when the harvest comes, you'll see how powerful they really were. Don't be afraid of crying anymore. Don't fight it. Let it flow, because tears cleanse the soul and prepare the spirit. They are signs that you're still alive, still believing, still pushing forward. So hold your head high even with tears in your eyes, because what you're crying about today, you'll be thanking God for tomorrow. Every tear is a seed, and your harvest is on the way. Your tired season is training you. You don't go through a tired season for nothing. When life feels heavy, when you wake up drained, when everything feels like too much, that's not the end of you. That's training. God is building endurance inside of you. Think about an athlete. They don't train when it's easy. They train when their muscles ache, when they're gasping for air, when their body screams, "Stop." That's when growth happens. That's exactly what your tired season is doing, stretching you into a stronger version of yourself. You're not just tired because life is hard. You're tired because you're carrying weight. And anytime you carry weight consistently, your strength increases. Training seasons are not designed to kill you. They are designed to prepare you. Every obstacle, every setback, every challenge is resistance training for your faith. That's why you can't despise the season you're in. It feels unfair, but it's not wasted. You're being conditioned for something bigger than where you are now. Tired seasons teach you persistence. They show you how to keep moving even when the excitement is gone. Anybody can run when they're fresh, but only champions keep running when their legs feel heavy. Sometimes your tired season is teaching you discipline. God is stripping away laziness, excuses, and shortcuts. He's showing you how to stand tall when life is pressing down. If you never got tired, you'd never learn rest. And if you never rested, you'd never learn trust. Tiredness pushes you to lean on God instead of trying to do everything yourself. Don't mistake training for punishment. Training is proof that you're chosen for something greater. If God didn't see greatness in you, He wouldn't bother preparing you for it. The struggle you're in right now is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow. What feels unbearable today will feel light tomorrow because your capacity will grow. Training seasons also teach you humility. They remind you that you don't have it all together, and that's okay. They remind you that strength is built, not born. Your tired season is sharpening your mind. It's teaching you how to focus under pressure. It's teaching you how to hear God's voice when distractions are loud. Every soldier goes through boot camp. Every athlete goes through conditioning. Every believer goes through a tired season. That's how you're molded into who you were meant to be. Don't fight the training, embrace it. Don't curse the weight. Thank God for it, because that weight is building the muscles you'll need for the next blessing. One day, you'll look back at this tired season and say, "That's the place where I got stronger. That's where I learned discipline. That's where I was prepared for the victory I'm living in now." Victory always belongs to the one who endures. Life doesn't reward the quickest starter. It rewards the one who refuses to quit. Victory is not about being the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. Victory belongs to the one who can endure. Endurance is the ability to keep going when your body says stop, when your mind says quit, and when your heart feels broken. It's the determination to say, "I may bend, but I won't break." Some people fail not because they weren't capable, but because they gave up too soon. They let weariness take them out before the finish line, but those who endure, those who hang on, always win in the end. Endurance is not glamorous. It doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's lonely. But it is always powerful. Think about a marathon runner. By mile 20, everything in their body screams for them to stop. But they keep moving one step at a time. And when they cross the finish line, nobody remembers how tired they looked. They only remember that they finished. That's what endurance is. It's finishing when you feel like quitting. It's pushing forward when quitting seems easier. The truth is, endurance separates dreamers from doers. Many people have vision, but only a few have stamina. And it's the ones with stamina who see their dreams come to life. Victory is not instant. It's not handed out freely. It is earned through sweat, tears, and resilience. And every time you choose endurance, you're choosing victory. Endurance builds credibility with yourself. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. You prove to yourself that nothing can break you if you don't allow it. Some of you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The only thing standing between you and victory is one more day of endurance. Don't stop now. God honors those who endure. He doesn't promise an easy road, but He promises that if you faint not, you will reap in due season. That means endurance guarantees reward. Endurance teaches you that the battle isn't about speed, it's about stamina. It's not about how fast you get there, but about the fact that you never gave up on the way. Victory always tastes sweeter when you've endured something to get it. If it came easy, you wouldn't value it. But when you fight for it, suffer for it, and press through for it, the victory becomes priceless. Endurance makes you unstoppable. Life can throw storms, setbacks, and delays at you. But if you keep enduring, nothing can stop what's meant for you. So remember this. The crown doesn't go to the fastest, the strongest, or even the smartest. The crown goes to the one who endured, and as long as you refuse to quit, victory already belongs to you, family. Let me remind you of something. God has seen every struggle, every tear, every night you felt like giving up, and every morning you dragged yourself out of bed anyway. None of it has been wasted. None of it has been overlooked. You've been walking through fire, but you're not getting burned. You've been carrying weight, but you haven't been crushed. You've been tired, but you're still here. And that alone is proof of your strength. The truth is, life is not easy. It will drain you, stretch you, and sometimes it will break you. But it's in those very moments where you feel weak that God shows Himself the strongest. It's in those nights of tears where He is planting seeds for your future joy. It's in the waiting, the delays, and the struggles where He is training you for the victory that's already yours. Don't you dare give up now. Don't you dare let your tired season trick you into thinking God has forgotten you. He hasn't. He's closer to you right now than He has ever been. You may feel invisible to people, but you are never invisible to Him. Every prayer, every sigh, every tear, He's collected them all, and He's weaving them into your story of triumph. So lift your head, straighten your back, wipe your eyes. This isn't the end. This is the middle of your testimony. Delay is not denial. Struggle is not defeat. Weakness is not failure. And tiredness is not your final chapter. You are being shaped, trained, and prepared for a future so much greater than the pain you've been carrying. And when that day comes, and it will come, you'll look back and realize it was worth every single tear, every sleepless night, every battle you fought in silence. Because the victory will not just be yours, it will be God's glory shining through your life. So keep pressing, keep standing, keep enduring, because the victory belongs to those who refuse to quit. And if you're still breathing, that means your story is still unfolding. Trust me, your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your break.